I've got a feeling, woohoo, that tonight's gonna be a good. Has the Amazon delivery arrived?
No, the show's about to start.
The show's about to start. How long?
4 minutes.
4 minutes? I haven't got.
Do you want me to go and get you a drink?
Yeah,
Okay,
4
I'll
minutes.
go
I've
get
not got a drink or anything. I need a
Okay,
drink.
no, you sort your check out.
LCTV starts in 3 minutes.
3 minutes. Jane, where are you? 3 minutes.
LCTV starts in 2 minutes.
Where the blooming heck is Jane? Where is she? Only 2 minutes.
LCTV starts in 1 minute.
Has she gone to Asda for that drink or what? Jane, where are the notes for the show? Oh God, we need the notes. Oh, I'll have to get them. There we go. Hello, everyone.
Hi.
Hello. We shall, as usual, wait for you to catch up. Just seen we've got Ben in Con Vlogs. Oh, Ben, what happened? I've watched it this morning. Flipping out, you were so full and happy with it all, and it all seemed to go a little bit pear. Sounds like that referee was a bit of a Wickham fan, according to some Fleetwood fans I've seen in your postings. He was not giving Fleetwood anything.
But you're only halfway there. Look at Northampton. You thought they were dead and buried after the first leg, and they end up winning the playoffs. So anything's possible. Mr. Morley says I'm down the new micro pub in Cleveland's. Yeah, I wish I was. Didn't realise it was like open properly today. Yeah, I'll be down there soon. Hopefully, got to go and check that out. I like a new micro pub.
Oh, Ben saying the ref was fine, so that's okay.
Gosh, we've got a few in today, haven't we?
Yeah, Scorn is saying the ref was on Wycombe's side. I think Paddy should have got the pen. Apparently, it was a pretty nailed on penalty. Is that right, Ben? Can you confirm it was a pretty good? It was a pretty definite penalty. Mr. Muller saying they're very dead and buried. Well,
They've only got to get 3 goals, so
no, they need 4 because
Judge it.
No, if they got 3, yeah, if they got
Yeah.
3.
yes, anything's possible. Who knows? I've seen Blackpool 3-0 down and come back and win 4-3. So.
It's been a very good week though for Blackpool fans, seeing as the knob enders have lost twice in a week.
Oh, it gets better.
Oh, does
it gets better. Yes,
Oh.
I've been reading about that this morning. They've had a lad. He trod on somebody and he didn't get sent off, but he's got a 3-match ban now because they spotted it on the videos afterwards. So
couldn't happen to a better
now
club,
they've
could
got
it?
a suspension as well as they haven't. I've been looking at the results actually since they since lockdown. It makes for quite amusing.
Hi,
reading.
Liam.
They lost 3-0 at home to QPR the first game, then 1-1 at Luton, then they lost 3-1 at home to Cardiff last week, and they lost 1-0 Rooney 1-0 at home to Derby on Wednesday, and they've got this
Who've they got today?
Paul Huntington got a 3-match ban for violent conduct now into the bargain. That they're at Huddersfield today. So
Huddersfield.
we like Huddersfield.
So we need
come
to
on,
know how
Huddersfield.
Huddersfield Preston are going on. So if anybody's getting the scores, that'll be great. Ben says 3 to get level. I take it.
3 to get level. Yeah, of course.
Does it matter with the away goals? With them scoring 4 goals, do you have to score 4, or do away goals?
Extra time, I guess, is it?
Yeah.
First?
Who got a 3-match suspension? Scorn is asking.
It was
it's somebody from the
from
press
Preston.
from Preston.
Yeah, Paul Huntington. He's got a 3-match ban for violent conduct for perhaps stamping on somebody, standing on somebody.
Mr. Moley very
Shame.
controversially has said that he will display his bare backside in a Blackpool shop of your choice if the cods go up from here. Oh, Karen Joy. Oh, hi. Still in lockdown in the Philippines.
Mystic Andrea. Oh, she's in disguise.
Oh, hello, Mr.
Hello,
Karen
Mystic
Joy. Wow, that's a new one. So hi, Mr. Andrea. Yeah, we're coming out of it slowly here. The pubs are open today, aren't they?
Yeah, they're calling it Super Saturday because you can go and get your hair cut and go back to the pub, and we're getting there now. It's actually the first. This is the first week in the Football League round of testing. There's been no positive case of coronavirus, so
Right.
it's hopefully hopefully on the way out. Although Leicester has been locked down again this week, so they're not allowed to go to the pub in Leicester, sadly.
No.
And also part of Spain, part of Catalonia. This morning I was reading has been locked down as well now. So there's little pockets, but it's been handled regionally at the moment.
Scorn is saying that away goals do not count, so it is 3 to get level. Liam White is keeping us updated on the Leicester versus Crystal Palace. You can keep us updated on all the scores, Liam. We need our roving reporter to keep sending us in the scores. Gary Hutchinson, hello from Northern Ireland.
Hello, Gary.
Hello,
I've been
Gary.
reading up on Northern Ireland this morning.
Oh.
Actually, they've got a new manager, Northern Ireland.
Have they?
Yes. They've got
Hot off the press.
Hot off the press, yeah. Ian Barraclough is the new manager of Northern Ireland. So.
Who did he used to manage? Ian Barraclough.
Don't know, never heard of him. Maybe Liam Gary can tell us.
Ryan Dunbar saying can't predict scores but can predict the wrong side of the M55 to bottle it again. Yeah, and after all that money they've spent as well, it's heartbreaking. We've been really feeling sorry for them. Daniel Teckers. Hello, Daniel Teckers.
Daniel. Gosh, we've got a lot of new people in today.
We
Where
have.
have you all come from?
Where is Daniel Teckers from? I like the name. Have you got good football Teckers, Daniel Teckers?
Or YouTube Teckers.
Or YouTube Teckers, yeah. Scorn 27. Fleetwood won't win second leg because Paddy and Louis are best players, so we will not win away.
Yeah, we
well,
were debating that last night, whether the suspensions would come into effect immediately for the second leg, but it's sounding like they do. Can you confirm that, Ben?
I think Ben, I watched Ben's video this morning, and he was saying that there is 2 best players, actually. There's 2 favourite players of the season for him, both the players you've got sent off. So that's really not looking very good, really, is it, for for Fleetwood, I'm afraid to say. The other sad news as well this week is that Ian Evatt has become Bolton Wanderers manager, and I normally would wish Ian all the success in the world, but I'm afraid I draw the line at managing Bolton. I just that's not good.
Yeah, it's a shame really, but it's a great opportunity for Ian. You can understand why he's done it. God, I'm calling him Ian, not Evo already. That wasn't even deliberate.
We've distanced ourselves from him.
Yeah, we're calling Evatt next. So yeah, no, it is a shame, and it's a shame for Barrow because they only had found out they got promoted, and then a week later they lose the manager. It just takes the shine off it a bit for them, and he's taken his assistant manager with him as well. So. Be interesting to see what happens there next season. It's a big shame for them.
It is. Ryan Dunbar's explained to Ian Barraclough managed Motherwell, and do we really? So what was that? And do we really? Well, he used to manage Motherwell. Oops. Should be moving that there. Sorry, let's just move the. Right. Sorry, the chat's just gone over.
Yeah, Wigan. It's really, really awful what's happened at Wigan, and it's starting to sound a little bit dodgy as well.
Yeah.
It's just so sad. I've been doing a bit of reading up on that this morning. Obviously, Wigan sadly have gone into administration, possibly going to be the first of many going into administration. But it's just a very odd situation. So what happened was Dave Whelan had Wigan for a long time. He was there from 95 until November 2018, and then he sold the club in November 18 to a Hong Kong-based company called International Entertainment Corporation, which was led by Stanley Choi, who was the new chairman of Wigan. And then last month, the club was sold again to the Next Leader Fund, in which Stanley Choi has a 51% stake. So he's effectively sort of sold it to himself. But under that change, Wigan will loan £28.77 million at an interest rate of 8%, rising to 20% if they defaulted on it. So obviously now they're in administration, they've defaulted. It sounds like they're defaulting on this loan, and it seems like that this company that he owns, this fund, it just sounds really, really bad. But on the positive side, there's quite a lot of interested parties in buying Wigan. Dave Whelan has also said he will help in any way. So maybe Dave Whelan will, get them out of this horrible situation. I love Wigan, not the football club per se, but the Wigan, the town. It's one of my favourite places. The people are lovely. It's just such a quirky, friendly little place, and it's a horrible thing to happen.
It's
and
incredible.
They're not too far away from Bury either, and it's just seems to be hitting football in that area. It's like the home of football, really, isn't it? The Northwest. It just seems to be being hit pretty badly.
It's hard to believe that
really
in this day and age of fit and proper tests that somebody can come in and do all that to them. It just sounds horrific to me.
Yeah.
Let's have a little look at the. Ben has confirmed they are suspended. Mr. Moley, this is on its way out because of the steps we have taken thus far. The relaxation of the rules is due to economic reasons and because we now have room in ICU departments, so keep bloody safe.
Yeah, well, we are. We're still not really going anywhere, are we?
I mean, they are. It is for economic reasons, isn't it? More than they need to get the economy going again. And unfortunately, I'm not absolutely convinced that we're safe yet. Liam loves Ben videos. Yeah, Ben Cod's vlogs.
A legend.
He is a legend, and I watched him this morning, and I felt like crying along really with it. It was rather sad as it all kind of unravelled at Fleetwood and all went terribly wrong.
But we are only halfway there.
But
so
yeah, you never know. It's never over until the fat lady sings. We all remember very well as Blackpool fans.
No, don't talk about that.
Well, we do. We do have to talk about it. We were winning 2-0 away at Bradford, and they came down here and beat us 3-0. So it can happen. It really can happen. Michael A. Miles. Hello, Michael. Hope both are keeping well. What do you think about Puma making the new kit? Looking forward to seeing it.
Well, exciting,
yeah.
It's like a proper club again.
It's like a proper football shirt as well, isn't it? I mean, it's not obviously Adidas or Nike, but Puma is pretty good. And I've quite liked a few Puma tops I've had in the past. and some Puma trainers had one. So hopefully it'll be quality, and I hope it's a really nice kit. I'm looking forward to buying it. Really, to be honest, getting something new to replace this one, because this is my favourite shirt, but it's getting a little bit old now. But
Get rid of the Wonga as well.
yeah, but I still like it. I just like this shirt. It's just my favourite one. It's my new shirt. Yes, Horwich. I do mean Horwich. Yes, absolutely. Horwich, horrible Horwich. I can't believe he's gone there, because I actually really like Ian Evatt. I think I've told you before, he came to visit my dad in the hospice with Steve Thompson just shortly before he died. They came with the Gazette, and I had a long talk with Ian Evatt, and of course I interviewed him at the Barrow game. If you go back on in through the videos, we had a pre-season against Barrow, and I interviewed Ian Evatt, and I'm very, I really like him, but I can't wish him well with Bolton. I just can't wish him well at all. Mark Porter is saying he can't understand why Madden didn't start. No, it is a bit unusual, isn't it? I don't know why he didn't start, unless he's not quite fit, or he's got some sort of, he was carrying some sort of injury, but then to go and get himself sent off.
He didn't finish it either, did he?
No. Yeah, this is the thing. Scorn is saying that Paddy Madden, he was never a dive; it was a penalty, and obviously he swore at the ref. But you can understand in such a high pressure game, and I think the referee was a bit unsympathetic. But the referee saw it as a dive. But
if you swear at the referee, it's dissent. So
yeah,
he had no option.
No, I suppose not. It's just a shame that it was, the referee.
Until the sin bins come in, of course. Dissent in the lower levels of football, they're trialling sin bins at the moment for dissent. So
yeah, that might be a better idea.
It
seems very harsh.
Apparently, it does reduce the levels, the number of dissent issues as well.
I always think as well, when it's a real sort of high pressure game, it's a playoff final. Should be a little bit of leniency sometimes, because obviously it's so important. I know, but sometimes referees are a bit too stickly for me. But maybe he was a closet Wickham fan. Mr. Molly says no loyalty in football, Evo included. Good luck to him in the basement. Yeah, well, he's probably on a lot more money at Bolton, I would think, than Barrow. But
less job security though.
Yeah, it's a car crash club. It's the one club that I wouldn't dream of going to if I was a footballer or a football manager. It's a recipe for disaster half the time. So he must have a lot of faith in his abilities to go and take that on, because to me it's a car crash club. Daniel Tekers, could you see Wigan being saved?
Well, I hope so. I really do hope so.
Are they actually in? Have they been given a 12-point deduction already, or is it?
Well, it depends on where they finish. So if they're relegated anyway, they'll get the 12 points deducted next season. But if they would stay up, but the 12 points would take them down, then they're going to give them the 12 points. So basically, they're down anyway, unless they finish 13 points above the relegation zone.
Yeah.
So it's just.
Where does it put them? The 12-point deduction. It actually puts them bottom of the league, doesn't it? I think it takes them quite down, doesn't it?
Not sure it's quite bottom. Let's have a little look. Let's have a look at the championship table. We've got Preston in 9th position now, just while we're looking at that. So they're 3 points below the playoffs. Wigan are in 14th on 50 points, so minus 12 will put them on 38, which is bottom. So Luton on 40, Barnsley 41, Stoke City 43. So if they keep winning, because they're obviously not doing so bad, are they? Because they're up there, halfway up the table. So the 12 points might not necessarily.
No, but they are going to get the 12 points this season that would take them down. But if they stay up, then with the 12-point deduction.
If they stay up, if they aren't relegated without the 12 points, they will get the 12 points deducted this season. So there is still a chance they'll stay up, actually.
Yeah,
so we'll look at the form table, see how they're doing.
They've got a pretty good
They're top of the form table.
Yeah, I mean, they should get out of
so
that,
actually,
really.
even with the deduct, but the thing is, obviously, there's the added issue of the mental health issues, and obviously what's going on, is bound to affect the players. So if it starts affecting their performance, they might stop winning. But hopefully they won't. Hopefully they'll survive this. I'd love that. I'd love that if they just didn't get relegated. They got the 12 points, still stayed up, and got someone to come in to save them. That's the ideal scenario, isn't it? But I was reading earlier in the week, there's a 75% only a 75% chance that they'll make it to the end of the season, but that's still more than 50%, isn't it? So.
Ben's asking if I'm feeling better this week. Yes, I am. Thank you, Ben. It was a bit of a bug that I got last week, so a bit of a sort of like a food poisoning, really. But I'm fine. What's this about Whelan having his leg broken? Mr. Moley said something about it. Whelan broke his leg, I heard. And then Whelan is 36. I did not see him break his leg. So you'll have to fill us in on that because I don't know exactly what what you're talking about there. Oldham.
Is that the lad at Derby that the Preston fans stood on?
Ah, is this? Oh, blimey. Oh, that's not very good then, is it? Oldham struggling, Macclesfield, Blackpool, Wigan, Bury and Bolton all struggle with owners' money. Yeah, I mean we've been we were never really in the boat of struggling really. We just
struggle with owners though, didn't we?
We struggle with owners.
All clubs in the same kind of area.
Yeah.
Wow, Ben's reached 5,200 subscribers today. That's brilliant. Well done, Ben.
Wow, you're doing really well.
You're doing great.
We'll get to 2,000 sometime before Christmas, and so want to get to 2,000.
We'll be sooner than that.
I'd love to get to 2,000, but it's just the football stop. The games have stopped us getting there. Cairns saved a penalty. Anyone know what the Fleetwood score was, says Nick Muller. Oh, you're late to the party. He knows, really, doesn't it? You do know. You watched it, I think, didn't you, Nick? I think they lost 4-1 at home.
Oh, Ben says Fleetwood have had Puma. Lovely design.
Yeah. I think that's pretty exciting. Who have they got now, Ben? Who's the kit manufacturer for Fleetwood now?
Dan says Blackpool interested in Ben Woodburn. Yeah, I've read that today. We're probably interested in getting him on loan. Personally, he will be fantastic and could get better under Critchley. Yeah, hopefully. Well, hopefully the existing players we've got will get better under Critchley as well. I'm excited to see when we get back, whenever that may be. September. Sounding like September at the moment.
So fill us in. Who is Ben
Which is earlier than
Woodburn?
I thought. I didn't think it was going to be till January we'll be back at football, but it's sounding, all things being equal, and.
Who's Ben Woodburn? Who is he? Where's he from? Because I've not heard that this morning. So where's he from? Do you know?
Oh, you're asking me questions I don't have the answer to.
Well,
Dan will tell us.
We'll put it to Dan. Who is Ben Woodburn, and why should we be excited about him? And why are we only getting him on loan?
Ipswich's new shirt is a copy of their 81 UEFA winning shirt.
UEFA winning shirt. Wow.
Oh, that's great. Nice sort of retro new shirt. That's a great idea.
You'll probably have that one, Nick. Then you've got every shirt from about 1970. I think you got a massive collection of shirts. So have you actually got the 1981 UEFA winning shirt, the original? Puma. Rangers have had them as well. Nice kits, poor quality from. Oh dear. Oh, Ryan's put a big downer on everything. So poor quality. I quite like Puma. I thought they'd be pretty good. Tom Jackson, hey, the quiz champ has arrived. Yes, did very well. If you haven't played, by the way, we do a Tuesday live quiz, and they're all there week 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So if you want to play, you can have a go. You can play them even.
Yeah, you can watch the old ones.
You can watch the old ones and play and see how well you do. So you get a feel for our quiz nights, and then come and join one on Tuesday night. We'd love to see you.
This week, did we? We had a new round.
Yeah, we did have a bit of a laugh this week. It's very funny. Yeah.
Artistic impressions of of Panini stickers from a sort of what would we call him?
Fake. Well, it's fake Panini, isn't he?
Yeah,
He's
cheap Panini.
Cheap Panini. Yeah, it's so funny.
He draws football. It's really, really funny. We had a round on that. We did have a laugh.
We did.
And Tom won.
Tom Rye. Hello, Tom Rye. Where are you from? Let us know, Tom. It's a new name. I don't think I've heard that one before. So, hi, Tom. Welcome aboard. Bolton still paying wages they can't ultimately afford. Well, this has been the problem with Bolton.
I don't really understand what's going on at Bolton. They seem to have pulled all this money out of a hat, and they haven't solved any issues they've got, or they've replaced them with different ones. So they're still in a mess.
They just can't
be getting any better.
They just keep borrowing more and more and more and more money, and they don't seem to learn from. I mean, they've had so much money written off. The original owner, they owed 250 million. He died, so that was all paid. And then a new owner came in, and he ran up 250 million, which got them obviously a points deduction and put them down, and then they run up again, aren't they? Another 200 odd million. So I just don't get the reasoning behind Bolton. And if you're down in League Two, you've got to really start to cut your cloth accordingly, and you can't be going out spending millions because you're not going to get it back in revenue, are you? Even from gate receipts, you've no chance.
Connor's here. Rocked up late. Hi, Connor. No, thank you for coming. You're not that late.
Oh, Mr. Molly, hi. So Connor will be hopefully keeping us informed on anything going on at Huddersfield.
Preston's latest defeat.
Yeah, we need to know how Preston are going on at Huddersfield. That is interesting to us.
David says refs should be shown the same respect as rugby union. Yeah, true. I think that's what they're trying to encourage with bringing in the sin bins in non-league, and it's right really, but it's going to take a long time for these things to filter through, I think, unfortunately. And it's not just on the pitch; it's off it as well. There's a lot of disrespect generally in football that could be addressed. But how do you shift that culture? It's a difficult one, isn't it?
Hot scoring. Man United are 1-0 down. Wow. Who United got today, Connor? Just tell us who they're playing. Dave Whelan broke his leg. Do you think Luton could stay up, says Daniel Teckers? Yes, I do, actually. I think they're sort of getting their act together. And I interviewed Gary Brabin. I don't know if you've watched it yet, but I interviewed Gary Brabin in the week. The video is up below this. And he was saying that they'd sorted out the defence at Luton. And he got released due to, cost-cutting measures. But, he was thinking that Luton were going to stay up. They were all right scoring. They were just leaking a lot of goals, but they seem to have figured a way not to leak goals.
Another managerial departure this week. Sol Campbell has left Southend by mutual consent. He won 4 out of 23 matches there, so that's not a great surprise. And he can't have come cheap either. So I think that will suit both parties.
Mr. Moley said he just threw a stone in a pond. I watched it sink without trace. Reminding me of the Nobbers playoff aspirations. Well, yes, it's pretty much like that, isn't it, really?
Ben says, is there a dislike button on your comment, Nick?
All sub to Lee Charles TV. Yes, absolutely. Subscribe if you're on this feed. Subscribe to the channel. We've got to get to 2,000. It's we're getting closer and closer. We edge Evan era. We're on the road to 2,000 now. We're at 1,910. So we're slowly creeping. It keeps creeping up. Oh, Hummel. Is that the kit manufacturer's Napper's mum, Jill? Hi, Jill.
Hi.
Is that the Fleetwood kit manufacturer Hummel? That's not bad.
At Liverpool.
Oh, Ben Wilburn from Liverpool. Right, okay.
Oh, right, okay. Mr. Moley's explaining. Whelan broke his leg when playing in the 1962 Cup final. He tends to mention it in every interview he does, hence the running, no pun intended.
Everybody is now confirming that Woodbury or Woodburn, it's... Woodburn, is it? Yeah, Woodburn is at Liverpool. Is he a youngster? Or has he played for Liverpool? Is he just one that's kind of coming through?
Oh, yeah, he's a youngster. Dan's already answered that. He's been on loan at Oxford United. He's a Liverpool youngster and he's worked with Critchley before.
Oh, right. Well, we've got a chance with him then, haven't we? We have got a chance with him.
Yeah.
Yes, Ben did cover the Fleetwood game. I can answer that for him. You can watch it. It's kind of painful to watch. It's you just feel for somebody. I mean, obviously it doesn't mean so much, to us, but to watch the pain. We all know the pain of losing games in playoff finals. It's terrible.
It's an odd situation, really, because we've been out of football for 3 months and going to be out of it for another 3 months. But it's just like watching all what's going on as
on the sidelines,
an observer, and not being directly affected by anything. It's so odd, but it's kind of nice because you haven't got the. Yeah, it's kind of nice, but obviously we miss it as well. But it's weird just watching it as completely objective. It's like watching a World Cup when England have been knocked out, I suppose.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, I don't even watch it when they get knocked out. Mr. Moley, Mr. Quiz, did we miss him? Of course, we missed you, Mr. Moley.
Yeah,
yes,
we always miss you.
We were wondering where you were. We were worrying and we were wondering. So it'd be nice to have you back next week.
Yeah, we've moved to a new slot at 8:00 now, so. It seems to work a bit better. We had a few more in this week at 8:00. 7 seemed to be a little bit early, so we're going to stick with that this week.
Nick doesn't have the original shirt.
He's not sure they were made. They were sold sort of en masse in those days. Yeah.
Yeah.
More recent things. Isn't it?
Yeah, the football shirts not as popular as they are now. Clubs got into selling shirts and making money on that, didn't they? Probably. Starting in the 90s, did they? I would say probably. 90s.
Oh, David's saying his wooden spoon from the quiz is handy for stirring his coffee.
Yes. Well, yeah. There's
it's the taking part that counts.
There's every cloud has a silver lining, David. Connor's here. We're now sorted for updates from Albanian League 3. Yes, he
Yay.
is pretty good on his updates. They're playing at Bournemouth. Is that'll be United, is it, at Bournemouth?
Oh, wow, Bournemouth winning.
Oh,
Brilliant.
Luton are 2-0 down. That was a kiss of death. Well, now, that was me saying they've sorted out the defence.
Can you do name the player, says Liam. I've got an idea, actually. I've come up with an idea.
What,
for
this-
the quiz this week.
In the quiz this week, yeah. We could maybe.
Oh, Nick started shouting. Ben, you get to visit Ipswich again. That's one good thing about staying down. Yeah, and we don't have to go to Rotherham. You'd have to go to Rotherham again.
It's a lovely trip to Ipswich from up here, and it's a really easy trip. I'm sure Ben will love that on a Tuesday night again. It was a Tuesday night when I think he got in at 4 in the morning. Something you may confirm that for us, Ben, but I think it was 4 a.m. in the morning. You got back from Ipswich, and it was a long trip, wasn't it? It seems a lifetime ago that when you were doing that trip down to Ipswich.
Yeah, I'm looking at a weekender for Ipswich next season, if we're allowed to. But hotels and pubs are open, so why not?
Right, Ryan Dunbar saying, to fix what I said last week, Rangers went through a 25-year hoodoo in the Scottish Cup from 1899 to 1924. Wow. Well, they made up for that big time since, haven't they? But it wouldn't have been a good time there, supporting them in those years. 25 years of never making the Scottish Cup. Although, when was the last time we made an FA Cup? 1953, so it's a little bit longer than Rangers. So we've had 67 years since we managed to get back to Wembley in an FA Cup.
We'll win again.
We will. Yeah, Nick's saying this now. Football shirts are now very collectible. Some people collect teams they don't support just because they like the shirt, don't they? I was watching a video actually of a YouTuber who was going through, all these like favourite shirts, and none of them were for his club. They were all there were some Bundesliga ones and Italian, Serie A ones, and yeah, really nice and beautiful shirts. World Cup ones. Well, who is better, Delfonso or Nuttall? Well, I actually like Delfonso, although his scoring record isn't very good, is it?
Scoring record this week.
Well, I like Nathan Delfonso. I think he's a good player.
Call that up again.
At times he's a good player. He's not always a good player, but I do like Delfonso. But Nuttall, he did prove he can score a goal, so maybe it's the start of many. He may also have a better season under Critchley, and that goal may give him some confidence. And I'd like to see Joe Nuttall score a bag full of goals, if I'm being honest. But you're starting to feel sorry for him towards the end. At one time, we were kind of cursing him, and Jane did swear about him at Tranmere Rovers a bit. She was not very happy with him. She used some naughty language, but you started to feel a bit sorry for him, didn't you?
Not so. Just looking at Delfonso's scoring record this time round.
Yes.
So he's been with us since January 17 this time round. He scored 24 in 98 league games. Well, 4 in 6 in the cups actually. So he's better in the cups. But in total in his career, he's scored 41 in 186. Was it 109? God, my eyes are terrible. 186, yeah. 41 goals in 186 matches and 126 coming off the bench. So it's overall it's not so good. But he's sort of 1 in 4 this time round. Previous stints he's got 3 in 21 for Blackpool last time, and then none in 3 the time before, 6 in 22 the time before that. So yeah, he doesn't always play like right up front, does he? But it's not the best record. I think we need someone prolific now, doesn't everybody?
Wonder what odds are on Fleetwood to go through, says Nick Mull. I would imagine they're they're pretty long odds. Those.
Wow, Liam's got 900 football shirts.
That's a different football shirt for the next 3 years every day. 900.
Wow, that is a lot.
That's crazy. That is just crazy.
What do you do with them all, Liam?
I have no idea why anybody would want 900 of any shirts, to be honest. And I have a lot of shirts, don't I? But not 900.
I've got quite a few as well.
Right, Conor Moy, Belarus Division 2, Group A, BGU Minsk 5, Shaker Zelva,
I actually
nil.
love that name, Chaika Zelva.
Chaika.
Great name. I might start supporting them.
Chaika Zelva,
Although
yeah.
They don't seem to be too successful right now. Sounds like kind of witchy or something from from the Dark Crystal or something, doesn't it?
Yeah, we've been watching that with the
We
dark.
have
The
finished
dark.
that now.
The
yeah.
Dark
we
Crystal.
watched the film, the original film from 1982, which we don't remember.
Yeah, it's well
Um,
worth watching on net. It's
really, really good.
absolutely amazing. It really is. It's done by the Jim Henson's company. The ones that have done the Muppets all the time, and it's it's puppetry, but it's
really dark.
it's
and
incredible.
Really, really
It's
good.
incredibly well done. It's so
It's
well
not for
done.
young children.
No, it's not. It's quite scary.
Although
yeah,
that
but-
said, I would have loved it, and I was brought up on Hitchcock and stuff, so I would have liked it.
but yeah, the Dark Crystal.
Yeah,
Jim Henson's The Dark Crystal on Netflix. It's brilliant.
yeah, really, really good.
Right.
Ryan says one of our first friendlies at the old Ibrox was against the Knobbers, unfortunately beaten 9-1. Pains me to say, but at that time they were the best team in Britain. Preston beat Rangers.
Yeah, that'll be in the days of Tom Finney, I would imagine, would it? Or is it like even before then?
When the league started up. I think.
Yeah, it might be.
Portugal shirts are a great colour, and Brazil's is always cool, says David. Yeah. Yeah, there are some great ones. Obviously, we like Holland as well, don't they? Because they're a nice colour.
I just don't really. I know Brazil's nice, but I don't really go with green and yellow. It's not like my favourite. Although they do, they can look really good, but it's not one of my favourite colours. I won't want to be seen in.
Mr. Molly says that the Easter egg was a pop-up shop in Glasgow that sells loads of retro shirts, mainly from the Scottish League. I picked up a Stenny one, Stenhouse Muir. There's one in Manchester as well on Deansgate. I passed that quite regularly, or I did before I was consigned to quarters in Blackpool. But yeah, I must pop in there and have a little look when allowed.
Latest,
Man U 1-1.
Latest in, yes. Man United 1 have equalised. So that's the latest scoring for the Man United fans, if anybody's interested in that.
Interesting to see if the referees give them as many penalties now. And what about Man City beating Liverpool 4-0 in the week? What do we make of that?
Did they?
Yeah.
Oh, well, I think they've won it, haven't
Took
they?
it out on them, didn't they?
Yeah, they've just kind of won it. They maybe switched off, haven't they?
Klopp was saying, they played really well, but they just, they've been on their piss all week, haven't they? Really?
Yeah, probably.
And why not?
Lee and Cheryl Linsky, hello. Hi. Glad to have you with us. We're absolutely fine. As you can see, we're fine.
Come see us now. Hotels are open. The pubs
yeah,
are open.
Blackpool is open, so you're going to be coming to Blackpool. That's great news. Yes, does Liam have a lion and a witch? I was wondering that as well. Where you would put 300 football shirts, I have no idea. No idea. Unless he sleeps on them all, it's his bed. Maybe he's got a bed made of 900 football shirts. You'll have to confirm that, Liam.
Yeah, where do you keep them? Chelsea v Watford score prediction. Well,
I would. I tell you, it's tight.
I'm going to go 4-0.
4-0 Chelsea. I'm going to go 2-0 Chelsea.
Mark says, I once met a lad in Nelson back in the early 90s who had a Blackpool shirt on. I asked him if he was from Blackpool. He said he was born and bred in Nelson, just like the Blackpool shirt. Oh, that's great, isn't it?
That's incredible. It is a poppy, it's a great colour. It's so unusual. Shaka Khan, yeah, Shaka Khan. Yeah, could be Shaka Khan, yeah.
Fantastic. Yeah, 4-0 Liam.
4-0 Liam is agreeing with Jane.
Crystal Palace had the 3 sponsors in one season once, kept reprinting shirts. Wow.
That would be expensive as a fan.
Oh, well, what happened there? Did they keep going bust or something?
Imagine that as a fan.
Yeah, I remember there's often, well, not so often these days, but you used to play teams that didn't have shirt sponsors, didn't you, in back in the day?
If we want to see a film with good puppet work, watch Labyrinth.
Yeah, is that Jim Henson as well? Labyrinth?
I think it is. Yeah, I think it's all. It's probably a little bit later than the Dark Crystal was his first one. I think. Yeah, and Labyrinth came second. But
yeah,
honestly, this series on Netflix, this Dark Crystal, just don't miss it. It is so good.
Amazing.
It is really incredible. You can't even words can't even describe how clever and good it is. We even watched the making of it. There's like an hour show showing you how they made it, and even that's unbelievable. You think, how on earth did they do it?
Interviews with the cameramen and the puppeteers and the designers and everything, the actors. It's amazing. It's absolutely incredible, really, the work that goes into it. I mean, it costs millions of pounds to make, but you can tell it's just so good.
Nick agrees with me. Green and yellow is awful because Norwich, of course, wear green and yellow.
Yeah, green's a bit.
Yeah, it's just
I'm not a fan of green.
It's not a good colour. It's
awful. I just remember that game where Blackpool played
wear green.
Blackpool played at Chesterfield and they had to wear Chesterfield green shorts, because there was a colour clash.
Oh, I remember that.
Oh, it was.
I was there.
It was awful though, wasn't
Yeah,
it? The green
no,
I
yeah.
mean, tangerine and green can go, but that was
Yeah.
just. Oh, it was horrific.
Yeah, they had to wear different shorts, didn't they? It was awful.
Ugh, no, green. Not a fan of green. I think Plymouth sometimes have like a nice. I think when they have the darker green, it's quite nice, but like a no.
Yes, there are. Nick says, have you seen how many live streams are on? Interesting to see what will happen when fans go back. Yeah, there's loads, isn't there, of people watch-alongs. And, I mean, unfortunately, we haven't got anything to watch along, so unless we watch something that we're not really interested in.
Well, the thing is that initially when fans go back, it's only going to be really season ticket holders that are allowed back in the ground, I think, because of social distancing. So there still will be a lot of people watching online and on the live stream. So maybe, yeah, there will be more of this. I have some news that led on to something that I've forgotten already, but I've got it written down. The Danish Cup final was this week. They allowed in 725 fans from each team participating, who was Aalborg and Sonderjysk, maybe. So that they let in 725 fans from each club on the proviso that they sit a metre apart. But the AAB Ultras refused to social distance, and they all got together, and the game was delayed, and they ended up being kicked out and then losing 2-0. So it seems like some people think they're above the rules and disregard the rules, and it is going to happen in a football situation. You get, especially maybe if they've had a few beers, and people do it in real life, don't they? And if they go along to football, think they can get away with it, but actually they can't.
Edna Mansfield is here. Hello from Telford.
Hello Telford.
Liam White saying, "Show us your football shirts." Is that to us or to somebody else?
I've got the tangerine dress on.
We have worn most of our football shirts that we have, but I tend to stick with this one. I like this one best. Leon Shaolinski can't wait to come back to Blackpool. It's always a pleasure to go and see some sights in Blackpool. Yeah, and lots of people will have been missing the Pleasure Beach and all that sort of stuff, and coming for a night out in Blackpool. So hopefully we should make.
Is the Pleasure Beach open? Have we established that? I'm going
I
to
thought it was today. We will check for you today if it's open.
Really would be super
I thought it was opening today.
Let's have a look.
Tangerine Dan saying for a video, you should tier list the 2021 home or away kits. It's a possibility.
Oh, it's open. Blackpool Pleasure Beach is now open. To view the measures we have implemented, please click below.
Oh. Right, Ryan, with the Scottish information. Did you know Rangers competed in the FA Cup? The best result was the semi-final, got beat by Aston Villa. Fellow Glasgow club Queen's Park got to the final, and Gretna competed as recent as 2002, 2003.
Gretna, yeah, I remember Gretna being in it. Yeah.
Yes, I kind of vaguely remember that, but no, I didn't know Rangers had competed in the FA Cup.
No, I didn't.
It would be great, actually. To be honest, it probably would. I used to think no, but now it's just devalued all the time, isn't it? The cup. It might be good if you brought Scottish teams in.
Bringing the Anglo-Scottish Cup back. That was a thing, was it?
Yeah, that would.
Was it, or have I made
but
that
if you
up
let Scottish
completely?
clubs come into the FA Cup,
I made that up. That wasn't a thing. An Anglo-Scottish Cup wasn't a thing.
There was an Anglo-Scottish Cup. Yeah, it was brilliant. Yeah. I don't know why they stopped it.
You've got to book in advance at the Pleasure Beach. There's a new e-ticket which allows you to enter the park as soon as you arrive, so no queuing. Don't visit if you've got coronavirus, obviously. Cap the number of guests allowed in the park on a daily basis. That sounds good. So you can just rock up and go straight in with your e-tickets. Deep cleaning measures. It's Pleasure Beach, by the way. Hand sanitisation facilities. Teams, staff wearing PPE.
How many can go on a ride at one time?
I don't know.
Got some hot news here for you. We just must stop this riveting thing from the Pleasure Beach. In Finland, in the Kakkonen Group C, JBK3 and Rovaniemi, what's that? It's 3-3.
Is that Rovaniemi's second team, maybe?
Rovaniemi's second team. Yeah, second string, 3-3.
You got a social distancing queues at Pleasure Beach. A dedicated plan for each ride has been developed and implemented in order to enable social distancing between groups. This will vary according to each ride.
Man United 2-1 penalty.
Some rides may require you to wear a face covering. Please bring a suitable face covering with you. We suggest you bring 2. Is that in case one gets wet on Valhalla?
Yes.
On some rides, it may be necessary for us to leave empty seats between guests. Please be prepared to make contactless payments. New food ordering system. You can order food from a mobile phone to be collected at a designated time and location. This is sounding good, actually, for the future. Just to save queuing generally, isn't it?
Yeah.
Maybe you'll be able to do that at football grounds too.
Nick has confirmed that with the Crystal Palace, you think the sponsors went bust. Virgin was one of them. Oh, blimey. It won't have been Virgin that went bust, though, will it? Sign of the times, Mr. Molly. Virtually all of the Liverpool squad drink no alcohol, health and/or religious reasons.
Oh, right. So they haven't been on the piss
So they
all
haven't
week.
been on
What's
the
their
last,
excuse
no.
then?
I don't know. They've probably just switched off, haven't they, with winning?
Yeah.
Nick Muller says green is for goalkeepers or Plymouth.
Green is for goalkeepers, yeah, very true.
Yeah, it used to be, didn't it?
Man U 2-1 penalties. So I was saying about they're still going to be getting penalties with no crowds.
Yeah, you kind of cursed it, didn't you?
I did, yeah. Can remember the shirt sponsor we had as a one-off for the final at the Millstad.
David Scholes saying, "Will we stop slagging his taste? What's his taste in shirts?" Oh.
Can we remember the shirt sponsor we had as a one-off for the final at the Millstad?
Oh.
I can't remember.
No, sorry, no, I can't. No, I can't remember that at all.
Just a thought, but if Richard Kingston was an outfielder, if he scored, do you think his goal music would have been UB40 Kingston Town? Just a thought.
Yeah, would have been a good one for him, wouldn't it? Well, he probably would have had a song if he'd have been any good. He might have had a Kingston Town song sang if he was a good goalkeeper, but he was garbage, wasn't he? Awful.
Luton now 3-0 down. You sure they've sorted their defence, says Connor. You're cursing them, aren't you?
We need to see. We haven't got as many football shirts as you, Liam, that's for sure. Are you wanting us to show the shirts now? Because we don't have them right handy just at the moment. Yeah, Ryan's open.
Watch our previous live streams. We've been wearing them.
There are usually plenty of sites in Blackpool on an average Saturday night. Yeah, there really can be quite a lot of sites in Blackpool, that's for sure. Not always good. We get a lot of hen parties and stag doos down here. But
I think it's hilarious. I used to drink in the Pump and Truncheon when it was the Pump and Truncheon, which is just off the back of the prom. And we used to sit in there and drink in there before the Blackpool games. And maybe once a month or maybe more frequently, you get a group of stags coming in all dressed up as all sorts of different animals. There's a guy dressed up as a giant penis the one time, and it was just like we just carry on drinking. It was just like, oh yeah, another stag party. But it's just I think it's great. I love seeing them, and it just it's a fun place, isn't it, Blackpool? And it just brings a smile to my face. As long as they're behaving themselves, it's pretty funny.
Would we wear a Blackpool shirt if it was the same colour as your main rivals? Well, our main rivals are Preston, and they play in white, and we have had white away kicks, haven't we?
Yeah, I don't actually like white. I haven't bought a brick stand shirt for that reason, actually, because Preston and Bolton play in white, and it's just, I don't know. I think they don't sort of, if you wash them, they don't stay white, do they? Unless you do a whitewash, which I
would wear a shirt though with Blackpool. I know, as long as I just wouldn't wear a shirt with Baxi or Preston on. That's.
Yeah, I do have a white shirt, but I don't think I bought it for myself.
Maybe if I lost a bet sort of thing, I'd have to wear a Preston shirt. It was one of those things. Maybe, but...
Mr. Melody confirming the Anglo-Scottish Cup was a thing. Yeah, I'd love to see it back. Actually, I've just been reading a book called Heartfelt by Aidan Smith, which you can see reviewed on my website, which will appear here in a moment. About a Hibs fan who goes to watch Hearts for the season, and that was very, very interesting. But it's made me realise that there's a whole world of football that goes on just north of the border up there that I don't really know anything about, and all these grounds that I haven't visited, and I don't know why I've never really. I've always enjoyed going up there on pre-season tours with Blackpool, so yeah, I'd like to. The Anglo-Scottish Cup would be great because it'd be an opportunity to go to some new grounds, wouldn't it? I'd love to see it come back.
Mr. Moyes also saying there was the Anglo-Italian, of course, which Blackpool won.
Yeah.
And also got relegated in the same season, which was a shame, really.
Yeah, it's a shame that the Anglo-Italian, they actually, it came back for a season or two, didn't it? With Championship clubs versus Serie B, but we weren't in the Championship that year, so we missed out. But
no,
yeah, I'd love that.
The Community Shield should be linked with Scottish teams.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
There could be a way of bringing Scottish football in. It could make things more interesting, especially in these cup games where teams are playing like the the kids, aren't they? They have to play like the
Yeah.
under 23s or
Trouble
something.
is, if they're midweek and it's travelling to Scotland, it's a little bit tricky, I guess, isn't it? It would have to be maybe a Saturday Cup.
Yep, Ryan Dunbar's just said that Valhalla isn't open this year. It's not.
Oh.
I was going to point that out to Jane. It's being refurbished, and it's.
Oh, he's our theme park guru. Okay, right.
Yes.
Are there any theme parks in Scotland, Ryan?
Wow, that's a long
Is it a
time.
thing up
David Scholes, you haven't been to the Pleasure Beach since Wagging School in the Funhouse in 1975. Blimey. I used to like the Funhouse. It was great. It was really good. It's a shame that burnt down, but there you go.
It gave me nightmares for ages when the funhouse burnt down. I was thinking, oh, thank God, that clown was finally, because it used to really give me the creeps, that clown.
He's still there, but he's just not there.
Well, I was thinking, oh, thank God, the clown's nearby. Maybe the clown's gone. I remember just on the front page of the Gazette, just there's this picture of this clown's head just like on the floor, but it has just survived. And I just like that picture was just, oh God, it was horrific. It was like the clown's still a thing, and he came back, and oh God, no.
I never mind the clown.
God, I can't.
It was that little thing that sat on his knee.
I'm not really frightened of clowns, but that one, just his laugh and his face. Oh no.
Oh dear, we are giving Jane hard times today.
Good job, I've
We
already
mentioned
sat down.
Bradford City coming back, and now Clowns at the Pleasure Beach. I used to like the Funhouse. I used to love it. And actually, one of those kids that used to sit in the barrels it spun round, tripping people up, and all the coins were going everywhere. All the Blackpool kids used to make fortunes in the Funhouse.
The Scottish Challenge Cup has Welsh, English, and Northern Irish teams in it. So, what is the Scottish Challenge Cup?
Oh.
And what English teams are in it? That's interesting. Northern Irish as well. That's great. Yeah, there should be more of that. We don't know anything about Northern Irish football or anything. It would be great. They do it in rugby, don't they? They did with the 4 nations, 5 nations, whatever it is these days.
Tangerine Aid, hi Lee Jane. Just wondered if you'd ever consider buying a tangerine-coloured car, and if so, would you then be concerned about it being targeted by disgruntled opposition fans?
I did consider it actually. I bought a Fiesta. My car's a Fiesta that I bought last year. It's actually a year old now. So happy birthday, my little Fiesta.
Yeah, that's almost. It's kind of red, and it's a red one.
But I wanted the tangerine. There is a tangerine one, but it was like £2,000 more expensive, and I'm like, can I really justify that?
There's a really nice sort of burnt orange colour that Ford used to do on the. On one of their cars, a sporty one, like a burnt orange colour. It was grey. I would have had one of them, definitely. Yeah, I used to love that colour. Some metallic burnt orange.
Would you be concerned about it being targeted by disgruntled opposition fans? Yeah, it was something that crossed my mind. But, I've still got my Blackpool sticker in the back anyway, so it's still obviously a Blackpool car, so I'm still a target.
Nick Muller's asking Liam, where does he store his 900 football shirts? We're all wanting to know
this.
We need to know, Liam. 900 football shirts. It's a heck of a lot of shirts. Mark Porter, I can't remember hearing Oggy the drummer at Bloomfield Road for a while. Does anybody know if the drummer still attends the North Stand? Defo added to the atmosphere.
Well, he's definitely around because he was in our Aki video, wasn't he? He was in the fan zone at Aki. So
yes, he was. He was banging his drum in our video. You'll see him in the fan zone. I'm pretty sure they still have the drum on the North. They just, if you remember, when we got into the Premier League, Oggy was in the South, wasn't he? And he actually had a sign over the top that was done by Wonga. Funnily enough, they had all Wonga, and then at the end it had drummer Hoggy, and he had his own sign over the South. He was in the South.
To have like a proper band again. We used to have trumpet players, and the noise that Tranmere made. I think they had 3 trumpet players, didn't they? In the away end.
Oh yeah, those trumpet players were amazing for Tranmere. Yeah,
I was watching a video today of Sutton Coldfield Town fans, and they had fantastic. They had a drummer, they had trumpet players. It was all superb, and we watched also, didn't we? Who was it? Was there with the mariachi?
Who
has the inflatables? Who was that?
Go everywhere with inflatables.
Grimsby,
Grimsby
Town. They're famous for taking inflatables everywhere.
Fish.
And Barnet said
they couldn't take them.
No inflatables allowed, so they hired a mariachi band. It was fantastic. I love it. I love the noise made by these musicians, and a drum's great, but you can do so much more. Why not? It'll be great to have that when we go back, wouldn't it?
We have a celebrity just come out on board. Little Matt is here.
Yay!
Hello, little Matt. Finally, Halford Live.
Hi.
I've not checked out your YouTube channel. Is your YouTube channel going all right, Matt? So we'll have to get you on as a guest sometime. We're getting there now
we're
with
all
the
zoomed up. Have you seen Lee's done an interview with Gary Brabbin this week?
Yeah, it's
via
not.
Zoom,
I'm still not happy with the Zoom technology. It's not there
but
yet.
we
but
need more practice, don't we? So that maybe little Matt can do.
We could do something with little
we could
Matt.
slot into this show.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
We
So
love little Matt and
we
his
often see
insights.
little Matt on our videos and his predictions, and he's a bit Nostradamus at times.
Yeah.
So nice to see you, little Matt. Nick Muller, looking charity shops for football shirts and tops. They can be a gold mine. Yeah. I should imagine probably a lot of people will just charity shop them, won't they? You know, and they're expensive football shirts as well. You know, probably one of the most expensive football shirts yet. You know, foot shirts that you actually buy.
£40-50, aren't they these days? Maybe more. It's a lot for the quality of what they are. It's.
Ednam says, I only have 3 football shirts, 2 Blackpool shirts and 2 England shirts. I do have 3 Blackpool FC polo shirts also, 2 tangerine and the other in black. Yeah, I used to quite like the polo shirts more than the the actual football shirts. But I have bought quite a few football shirts since. But I normally like the leisure wear. That they wear the tops and stuff, and they got some good, like say the hoodie that Jane got
my
was
gilet.
Yeah, it's really good.
I really like that. It's really warm.
Scorn27 is doing really well. His favourite Blackpool vlogger is Lee Charles TV. He's actually is that not?
How does he do that in the red like that?
That's really good. But that should be favourite football vlogger ever is Lee Charles TV. That would be great because.
Ryan says, if you like that book, Jen, look up Divided City. It's a book about the Rangers Celtic sectarian divide. You might get it on Amazon. Gosh, yeah. No, interestingly, this book, because it's Edinburgh, it sort of very much sort of veered away from the sectarian stuff that it was touched upon, obviously, because it's still relevant, but we very much steered away from that. But yeah, no, that does sound. Yeah, I might have I'll do that while we're on. So
just say hi to Woodland37. Hello, Carl. Yes. All is well. All is well here. Hope it's well with you, Carl. Oh, news coming in from Conor May. Liverpool news. Thiago Alcantara has had terms agreed. That's interesting news. Hot in from our roving reporter Conor Moy.
Divided City got it. It's by a woman.
Ooh.
This is controversial.
She'll definitely read that. Mr. Moley, my fanzine obsession continues. Bundles from Donny, Wigan and Southend arrived today. York, Borough, Sunderland and Norwich early this week. Need to support them to keep them going at this time.
So where are you getting these from? Are you saying bundles? Are you buying them on eBay, or are you buying them from the individual clubs? No, that's brilliant. That's brilliant that you're doing that. We definitely do need supporting at this time, certainly. There's a great which we have here, which Mr. Moley actually alerted me to, the When Saturday Comes magazine this month. It features the Blackpool fanzine on the front cover and inside. There's a nice article on fanzines in there, which I'm interviewed for, which is a 3-page article, which we are see the Blackpool fanzine there. Yeah. But also it's got a fanzine directory, which is great, which has got a whole page of fanzines, which gives you their Twitter handles and contact details, websites.
Is that all the fanzines?
So that's currently active print fanzines.
Wow, there's loads, yeah. It's in that magazine. So if you want to improve your scope, Mr. Moley, just get that when Saturday comes.
No, he's got it. He's the one who told me about it.
Oh, he's got it. Oh, it's all in there.
Yeah, I'm just recommending it to other people. If they don't know what a fanzine is, read it and find out. It's a good little magazine, actually. I haven't had it for years now.
Ryan also confirms he hates that clown at the Pleasure Beach.
Oh, no theme parks in Scotland.
Yeah, glorified fun fair springs to mind. Well, that's really, Blackpool's Pleasure Beach is really a fun fair. I always think it was better when it was open all the time. You could just walk on. I don't really think it's a theme park in the sense of a theme park, but I just think it was much busier when people could just walk on. Man United now 3-1 from Connor.
Oh, gosh. How Preston getting on?
If you didn't leave the funhouse feeling or being sick, you weren't doing it right. Absolutely. Especially on them spinning, remember the spinning wheels? And they were terrible.
Oh, right. There's National League teams in the Challenge Cup. I wouldn't like English teams in the Cup personally. It was bad enough watching my 2 teams in a friendly, never mind in a competition game.
Yep, 3-1 Man United.
Oh, that's interesting. God, National League.
Is that
That's a
Daniel
bit more
Teckers? Is from
challenge.
St Albans.
Mr. Moley, I used to have a burnt orange Peugeot 206 GTI back in the day. That was a classic car. And a little
Yeah,
bit
206.
scary.
Yeah, my mate used to have a 206 GTI.
Lane keeps his shirts in a wardrobe. It's a big wardrobe, that. Huh?
I used to have an XR2. He used to have a 206 GTI. And he was really nice, that 206 GTI.
He spent £80 on Chelsea shirts. Wow, that is obscene. £80 for a shirt.
Wow.
Is that for one shirt? If you enjoy drummers, says Mr. Moley, come along to an ice hockey game with me and Connor. Beers at your seats, mixing with away fans. Great sport to watch. The only truly UK-wide top division now. Interestingly, yeah. Do you know what I love about ice hockey? I've never been, but
I'm going actually.
I watched it on the telly. It's really violent. I love that. I love that about it. So yeah, I might take you up on that, Mr. Moley. Definitely.
Blackpool used to have the Blackpool Seagulls, didn't they? They were always, God, it was always kicking off there. There were some real fights. These are some massive fights.
Yeah. Oh yeah, fantastic.
I remember I was really young I went to see one. It scared the bejeebers out of me.
Beers at your seat. I mean, I did that in Latvia when we went to watch Blackpool pre-season in Latvia, and it's dangerous really, because we were obviously drinking in the pubs before the match, and then we went to the game and like, oh yeah, you can have a beer at your seat, great. We couldn't walk at the end of the match. You need that 2 hours off.
But yeah, where do you watch the ice hockey? Is that at Blackburn's rink? Would that be, Mr. Moley? We'll have to take one in.
Yeah, let's do it.
We'll definitely book us in for it. We'll come and
love
we'll do a video on it.
Yeah.
We're actually going to be straight after the show. We're going to a drive-in movie tonight, aren't we?
Yeah. Saturday night at the movies.
We are. Yeah, we're going to. It's the first one of a drive-in. We're going to see The Greatest Showman. And it's somewhere on Lancashire Road.
It's a farm, I think.
A big farm, yeah. So we're having to rush off and get ready for that after the show. So we're going to do a little video of it, show you what it was all like as well.
Yeah,
but
it's exciting.
we're
Look
quite.
forward to that.
We are looking forward to it.
Best
And
non-league
we're actually going
vlogger.
2 nights on a row, aren't we? We're going to see
Grease tomorrow.
On Sunday.
There's more coming up. They've got the Rocky Horror Show coming up with live character actors. They've got Halloween. They've got it's Halloween that's got the live character actors. They've got quite a few, Matilda. So look it up. They're called Safe Events. If you look there on Facebook.
Yeah,
The
I've never been
events
to
are
a
on
drive-through movie, so I've always watched.
No.
But the weather's not so good. But
Yeah, but we're in the car. Doesn't
yeah,
matter.
we're in the car, but I kind of wanted all the windows down, and
Yeah,
I wanted an open top, like an American,
that'd be great.
doing a convertible, a really nice sunny night, would be great, wouldn't it?
But you hear
Stranded at the drive-in.
sound through your FM radio in the car, so which I think my trusty little Fiesta has an FM radio, so it'll be interesting to see how it works and how they've done it up with the stick, because it's not really going to be dark when we go and watch this one. Well, mind you, it is pretty dark already, to be fair.
Yeah, it is going a bit dark, which might be a bonus for it, really. But to go and see Grease, a drive-in movie, a classic John Travolta, stranded at the drive-in, branded a fool. Oh, gosh.
Yeah, so we're excited about it. So look out for the video. Well, it's to come.
Love to go in a big American sort of convertible, big T-Bird or something. It's amazing, wasn't it?
Daniel's asking the best non-league vlogger. We found someone we like, the guy from Barnet. He's very good, isn't he? What was his name?
Oh yeah. Oh
Ben,
no,
Ben
he is really good. Yeah,
He's
the guy
really good,
from
Barnet
Barnet.
guy.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
excellent. Yeah.
He's really, really good. Proper
Yeah, I would say he is the best non-league vlogger.
We
yeah.
haven't seen loads, to be honest, but he was very good.
No, we don't really watch non-league much.
I guess there aren't that many. I don't know.
Jane used to watch quite a lot of non-league because she
in my
was
pre-vlogging days.
Yeah, because she was obviously secretary for Chase Town. But I've never really followed much non-league, if I'm being honest.
Oh, that's interesting. Mr. Moses has bought these fanzines direct. Use the contact listing when Saturday comes and asked about back issue bundles. Oh, that's a good idea. Yeah.
At what age does it become naff wearing current shirts? I don't know, really.
It depends in what context, maybe.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, you don't see many.
Kits are a different matter, aren't they?
Probably 70s. My dad never had a shirt, but I don't know. They were. It's all different now because when the kids of today are pensioners, they'll probably be wearing football shirts. It's everything they've done. But like in my dad's age, you didn't wear football shirts. It wasn't even a thing. So it wouldn't even cross his mind to buy a football shirt. Although he did buy stuff for the finals. He bought, we had like a rugby shirt that we got was like tangerine and white stripes. He bought that, so he did wear it, but he didn't wear the actual football shirts because it just was not a thing that they had as children. But nowadays everything's different, isn't it? It's a different world. We won't all. My era, when we get to 17, 18, we won't be going for tea dances. We'll be going to raves. All the, when we get to that age, the 90s, we're out raving and misbehaving to house music and that. We're not going to be doing old time dancing at an old. We'll be still raving at 80. So
I've never raved.
Well, I have. Yeah, I raved. Oh, it was great. It was really good. I didn't do E's, but and I went to some dance weekenders as well in the 90s.
That said, I did go to a rave. Went on a pub crawl with my friend Eva around Walsall Wood the one time on a Sunday afternoon, and one of the pubs had a rave on a Sunday afternoon, just in a pub, in Walsall Wood. It was it was just couldn't believe what we were seeing. We just stayed for 2 drinks in there. That's the only rave I've ever been to.
Just love raving. I
think we got free sausages in there as well, so that was thumbs up for that pub in Walsall.
So when I got into DJing, really, that's why I started DJing, because I just loved house music. I just loved dance music, so I became a dance DJ, but I ended up as a wedding DJ in the end. But I still always like to do a bit of old school and a bit of modern dance at all my weddings. So they all got a bit of old school at any wedding of mine. So yeah, and it normally, it still packs the dance floor.
Ryan points out that Pleasure Beach is an amusement park, not a theme park.
It is really, yes, it is.
Connor says if you don't like clowns, I'd never watch Arsenal play football. Preston
Huddersfield 0-0. Come on, Huddersfield, flipping heck. Don't let us down.
Mr. Molly's been buying when Saturday comes since issue 1. Wish I still had the early ones. They're collector's items now. Yeah, I used to collect all sorts of...
When did they start?
I had piles and piles of football. Well, this is the 400th issue. If it's one a month, then...
Do the maths on that. 40 years, nearly, more or less, isn't it? Once a month.
I used to get
35 years.
I used to have piles and piles of football magazines. I always used to keep them all, and then they got thrown out, sadly. So, but I've still got loads of old gazettes from the 1990s Billy Eyre days. I keep everything. Me.
Jane does. She keeps all her tickets to matches
stuff.
And everything. I never collected any
programs,
of that sort of stuff.
Fanzines. I actually stopped buying programs because I just knew I'd have to keep them if I bought them. I tend to only buy them when I'm in them now.
Nick Muller, since 1995, has been planning for old age because he always buys large or extra large football shirts, and then if he puts weight on as he gets older, he can still wear them.
That's good thinking, that, Nick.
It is, but you're not necessarily going to put weight on as you get older. Not everybody does, you know what I mean? So, but it's forward thinking, Nick. I've got to admit. Problem is Ryan's saying problem is they're all padded. No fun that way. I've missed that conversation somewhere along the line.
Is that the ice hockey?
Oh, yeah, well, they're not. Oh, the shirt's padded. It's more they wear padding inside, don't they, the ice hockey shirts? So if you get one, they're massive, aren't they? Because they've got to take all the ice hockey pads, a bit like American football shirts, I would imagine as well. You've got to get quite a small size because they're built to have all the big padding in.
Mr. Morley says we follow Manchester Storm, home rink in Altrincham. Oh, Altrincham is the home of FC Brickstand. So, yeah, great. I've been there. I've driven there, my little Fiesta.
Oh.
I watch Blackburn occasionally, but that is amateur level. I was a Seagulls fan back in the day.
So when do they play Manchester Storm? Are they do they play on Saturday afternoons or a different thing with ice hockey? Because we definitely wouldn't mind taking that in.
Yeah, no, that sounds great.
Yeah, The Great Showman is absolutely fantastic. We have seen it a couple of times, but I just want to do a drive-in movie. It just sounds ace, I just think so we'll be singing in the car.
Yeah, we booked it.
With the windows up.
We booked it because we're like all excited. We didn't really care what the film was. It's like, drive-in movie, let's book it, something to do, something to look forward to. So to go out, and then they announced Grease the next day. We're like, Grease, that's the one we really want to go and see.
Really.
So we,
we would have probably just done, just done Grease, really, to be honest, because Grease is great. Who do we think is going to win the League One playoff so well?
Well, it's tight actually, and the other one, which is Oxford and Pompey, is it?
Pompey, yeah. I actually fancied Pompey, but Oxford were the best team we've played, weren't they?
They were, but then they weren't.
They weren't.
Were
they? They weren't.
Yeah, they weren't away. They were at home.
No, they beat us twice, didn't they? But no, we played. No, they weren't quite as good. They weren't quite as good. Yeah, we beat them here, but they were the best team we played, weren't they, at that time?
Ryan, all right, Treacles, what's happening? It's here, it's game day. Loudmouth BFC, yeah, that's him. Loudmouth BFC is the Barnet vlogger that we really like.
Oh, that's
He's
him, yeah,
fantastic,
Loudmouth PSC, of course, yeah, because I saw it, I thought, oh, he's another Blackpool vlogger, and no, he turned out Barnet, but he's funny, yeah, he is absolutely funny, yeah.
Hopefully we'll get to meet him at the football concert.
Yeah,
that'd be great.
he did a really good video as well last season because he didn't win, and he kind of gave a bit of a slagging off and everything, didn't he? Because he wasn't happy that.
Oh, Daniel says does vlogs for St Albans, who are in the National League South. Oh, interesting. Oh, we'll have to have a look at you, Daniel. Let's have a.
Oh, Daniel Techers, right?
Let's
okay.
Subscribe to you if we're not.
Yeah,
already.
we will subscribe to you now.
Yeah.
Everybody, get on Daniel Techers. Let's have a look for him.
That's great. National. So that's the National League South. Were you in the? Have you just got promoted recently to the National League South? Because I think when Chasetown were reallocated to the whatever it's called, Southern Midlands League thing, I think was St Albans in that the season before last. Daniel.
So Mr. Molly's saying Colne FC at 3, and then he has a quick dash to Altrincham for a 7 o'clock face-off.
Subscribe,
Yeah.
Daniel.
Daniel Techers, how many subscribers has he got?
So
Oh,
760.
brilliant.
Great.
How many videos has he done?
186.
Wow. That's a lot of videos. I shall check you out. I will subscribe to you as well if you want to take the show. I'll just
Yeah, Mr.
find
Mully
Daniel
says
Techers.
Colne FC at 3, then quick dash to Altrincham for a 7 p.m. face-off. Sounds like a plan to me. Yeah, that sounds fantastic. Yeah, a bit of fantastic view at Colne FC and a lovely warm welcome. Yeah, great stuff. I have to dig out my old Colne stuff, actually. I've got some great photographs of the and some great pubs in Colne. as
Yes,
well.
Daniel
Yes.
Techers, there we are. Got you there.
Yeah, that sounds like
Subscribe. You got yourself another subscriber there, Daniel, on your brilliant. I shall check you out. Fantastic.
You up for that, Lee? Colne FC in the afternoon and then
I
down
am,
to
yeah.
Altrincham
Yes,
for the
yes,
ice
absolutely,
hockey?
yes. For 7 o'clock, we
Yeah.
will do it.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, definitely.
Mark Porter, Ryan Dunbar. Have you ever seen Peterhead play in the Scottish League? I used to live there, late 80s Highland League back then. Gosh, Peterhead. Yeah, I love it up in the Highlands.
Mr. Molly is saying that Lee raving age 80 is an image now burnt on my retina for the remainder of the weekend. Yeah, I'm not going to be going to a tea dance, am I, and dancing some blooming ballroom stuff. I'll still be into the tunes at 80. It's not going to change.
Yeah, to be fair,
I still like dance music now. I'm still into
Wab and
dance.
ABBA for me, it's that gets me up dancing.
I'm always. I'm
And
kind
I
of.
like your hot pots.
I'm more into sort of like modern soulful dance is kind of my thing, head candy stuff as well. So I always go to all the soul weekenders, or at the Hilton in Blackpool. I love them. I love the soul weekenders, the luxury soul weekenders. Brilliant. And there's people there. There's a guy goes there, and he must be 70 odd, and he goes to all the soul weekenders. There's a lot of Northern Soul fans go there as well, and they're all getting on now. But they go to all these weekenders because it's what we've done. It's what our generation did. We didn't go doing ballroom dancing, or not many of us. It was mainly discos and nightclubs and raves. So I'll still be raving at 80. Don't you worry about it.
Yeah, I went up to the Highlands to watch Blackpool play when Colin Hendry was manager. So saw Blackpool play at Keith and Callie and Ross. That was lovely up there. Beautiful, beautiful weather. It was like in the 20s up there when we went up there as well, which I'm sure is not typical.
Rossets were popular in the 1940s and 1950s. Football scarves always been around. What's a russet? What's a russet?
I don't know. Some kind of attire.
It will be something.
Tell us, can you expand on that, Nick?
What was that thing that Howard wears? What was that called?
No, that's
what's that called?
no,
A dickie.
dickie,
Yeah,
yeah.
a dickie. I'd never even heard of one of those. Well, I'd heard of dickie bow. Like a dickie bow, but
You
a
don't
dickie
really think
is.
what the dickie means. It's
Yeah,
just
the dickie's like a
it's
fake
like a
shirt. It's
square.
just the top of a shirt. You can wear it. It's not like the whole shirt. Monkey Clements thinks the final will be Oxford versus Wickham.
Yeah. I
Could
reckon.
well be. It was a good result for Oxford, really, wasn't
Who
it?
do we
But-
want to get rid of, really, is the question.
well,
Well, Pompey,
Pompey,
obviously, yeah.
Pompey would be the one
Let's,
to
yeah, let's
get
get
rid
rid
of.
of them, and
It's
then get
terrible.
rid of them and Rotherham. Then that's the bottom two from my away day videos rankings. Which if you haven't watched yet, by the way, is on Lee's.
It's a good watch.
stream
It's a
here.
really good watch. The top three. It's just a few videos down, but definitely give it a watch. It's a brilliant video done. You know, Jane did all the hard work going to all the games, but I put it all together. It's
I was going to say it wasn't hard work, but it was hard work.
I'm very proud of it. Yeah, it did become
Football was
hard work
terrible.
towards the end. This chap chapped at the door and said to the chap that answered the chap, "Is your granny?" He said, "No, she's at Arbroath." He said, "Don't worry, I'll come in and wait till she's finished." Can you? I'd have to say that in a Scottish accent.
Oh.
This chap chapped at the door and said to the chap that answered the chap, "Is your granny?" He said, "No, she's at Arbroath." He said, "Don't worry, I'll come in. Wait till she's finished."
No.
Is it at Arbroath?
No.
Ryan, you've lost us there, mate.
Sorry.
It's too Scottish for us.
Mr. Morley Storm play every Saturday and Sunday. On Scottish Trip, it's been known to play 3 games on 3 consecutive nights versus Dundee, Fife and Glasgow. They tend not to whinge like modern football.
Yeah, I can imagine, yeah.
I guess they've got to get it in between the snow, haven't they? Scotland.
Connor May's up for it. Football then ice hockey. Yeah, we're
Right.
definitely down for that.
Let's do it.
Daniel Teckers, big thank you for subscribing. Yeah, no problem. We'll, just everybody else who's watching, make sure you look, young Daniel, just subscribe to his channel. It really helps all these, these kids and people like us, just to keep these YouTube channels going. We need subscribers, and it's very important. Like, we need subscribers on here, particularly here. So click that subscribe button. It's down there somewhere.
So just to we've got to be prompt going at full time today, so there won't be any extra added time, because we've got to get off to the movies. But just so to run through the news, obviously the playoffs in League Two, Northampton have been promoted. Coming back from the dead, really, weren't they? They were 2-0 down in the playoffs against was it Cheltenham?
Yeah, they were.
Come back and won 3-2.
They got the momentum,
won the
didn't
final. Convincingly. Obviously, we won't talk about last night if Ben's still here. We have also got to cover the FA Cup, which was last weekend. So the teams in the semi-final, it's a very predictable Arsenal, Chelsea, City and Manchester United. So nothing exciting going on there, really.
Not interested in that at all.
Lionel Messi is on the move. He's allegedly told Barcelona that he's leaving in the summer, so that's interesting.
Where's he going to go?
I was looking at his goal scoring
Simon Sadler's
record.
putting a bid for him.
He has scored 441 goals in 480 matches for Barcelona, and the 70 and 138 for Argentina.
Incredible.
It's incredible. He's 33 years old, so he's still
he's
still
prime.
got a bit of avavoom. He scored a Penenka in the week.
He'd be
so-
all right playing our midfield, wouldn't he? Under
Yeah.
Critchley. Wonder if Critchley
Yeah,
can
yeah.
get him. He's
Have a bit of
live.
Messi.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind leaning all down at Bloomfield Road. Ryan can now imagine you and me up the tower dancing with the Wurlitzers. Can you see that?
Yes.
Although they do have at the tower, they do have soul weekenders at the tower. They have them in the summer all the time. So it won't be the first time I've danced on the tower ballroom at a sort of a dance event. Not ballroom dancing though. Roses are rosettes. So yeah, like a big rosette was like a badge. Yeah, I remember those. Yeah, the big
I
nice.
remember you
And also
picture
those
them on the old
clacker
fans,
things. They were all whizzing around the 1953 cut files, wooden rattle things that they used to have, didn't they? They used to have those.
When Saturday Comes issue 1 was released in March 1986, only 100 were produced. It was bi-monthly until 1988. Wow, only 100 produced. Wow, and you've got one of those. Yeah, I bet it's a collector's item. So what was in that? I'd be interested to see some of the articles that were in that.
Leicester are winning 1-0. Man United, it's now 3-2. Bournemouth have got a penalty back.
St Albans have had a very bad season, as they normally get mid-table. They already signed 5 players, so maybe they can push for promotion.
What league are they in?
National League South.
Oh, okay. So what? That's you always have to remind me on that.
That's
so
one below the conference.
One below the conference. Okay. Oh well, it's not too far off if they can get a promotion. That'd be good for your vlog as well if you could get promoted into the conference, wouldn't it? It'd give you more, more followers.
In 1995, it's estimated there were 2,150 printed football fanzine titles in the UK. Wow, gosh,
that's
a
gone
lot.
down now to that, then, hasn't
It
it?
has gone down quite considerably, yeah, but it's still got a place, definitely.
Oh, her broth. Oh, a bowl of. Oh,
no,
bowl of
that's
soup.
definitely lost in translation there. I picked up a few Scottish
We
words from reading
we
this
needed
book,
to
but-
say it in a Scottish accent,
Yeah.
didn't we, for it to make sense?
Yeah.
After, yes, Mr. Muller saying after that, our broth joke, I bet you're missing mine.
Yes, we are.
Yeah, so
Yes, we are.
there's
Go
a little
on,
bit
then.
lost in translation when we don't speak Scottish. We'd have, if Ryan had have said, if we could have heard him say it, we probably would have got it. But yeah, it kind of was straight over our heads, wasn't it? Sorry, Ryan, about that. There's a famous picture of the Atomic Boys with a rosette on saying up the pool. Yeah, the old rosettes, yeah.
Was that in the fanzine earlier this season, possibly?
I think people used to make them as well, didn't they? They used to make their own.
123's here, hi.
Oh, hi, Tangerine 123. Hello.
Are Preston losing yet?
Oh, come on, Preston, get beat. Come on, Gerard, get the hand in your pocket and bring Leo Messi to Rangers. Yeah, yeah, that would be that'd be a coup, wouldn't it? Well, Blackpool got first dibs on him.
Here's Mr. Morley with a joke. My mate always used to say, as one door opens, another one opens. Great bloke, terrible cards.
Yeah, good you're back, Mr. Melly. That's a good one. I like that. Oh, Man U 4-2 now. Man United 4.
It's 2. Off now. I had one long since thrown out of my parents' loft. Still hurts. So.
Oh. Yeah.
Oh, so you haven't got it. Oh, no.
Oh.
Oh, that's sad.
Let's get on this. I need to see how Preston are doing, so let's get on there. So let's have a look. But it's not the kit sponsor, Tangerine 123. It's the kit manufacturer. I don't know. The sponsor will still be Get Vocal and Visit Blackpool. I would think the sponsors are, but the new kit is Puma. Yeah.
Preston 0-0. They're still in 9th. They're 4 points now off Cardiff, who are in 6th.
What's the live score with Cardiff? Oh, 0-0.
0-0, yeah.
Derby County one.
Everyone's drawing at the moment.
Everyone's drawing. Forest are drawing. Just read the latest scores through to everybody, Jane, if you can.
Okay.
In the Championship.
I don't know which means finished and which. Oh yeah, that was this morning. So Derby drew with Forest 1-1 this morning. Latest scores: Blackburn 1, Leeds 3, Brentford 1, Wigan 0. Oh, that's a shame. Early goal there. Bristol City 0, Cardiff 0, Fulham 0, Birmingham 0, Huddersfield 0, Preston 0, Luton 0, Reading 3. Oh, Luton are losing. And Stoke City 3, Barnsley 0. How Stoke have perked up a little bit there. Well, come on, Wigan. I'm really rooting for Wigan now.
I think Ryan's here with another joke. I'll let you read this one.
Oh,
Go.
Look up Chox Murray, long nose story about
it's just shot off the page.
Wedding.
Where's that gone?
I don't know. It's gone. He deleted it.
All right. Oh, there was a joke. Oh, yeah, it's gone. Sorry, it's gone. Yeah, it's a long nose. Maybe he's rewriting it. Maybe he's rewriting it to make more sense. We've just lost the chat here, isn't it? If you won the Euros, you could sponsor Blackpool with your channel name. Imagine that.
They'd love that, wouldn't they?
Yeah.
I'm sure they'd find a reason why we couldn't.
Sponsored by Lee Charles TV. Well, we'd have to have a lot more than 2,000 subscribers.
Oh, 4-0 down. Yeah.
Oh dear, they've gone, haven't they? After Gary Brabbin on my thing was saying they'd sorted the defence out. I'll have to have words with Gary Brabbin about that because that doesn't look like it's sorted out at all.
Multiple choice question for you both. Which Icelandic singer was named after a city in England? A, Norwich, B, York, or C, Leeds? Icelandic singer. Oh, Bjork.
Oh, Bjork. Bjork. According to the Blackpool Gazette, Puma has a 3-year contract for producing the kit and other products. Yeah, so I think that's I'm pretty happy with that. I think Puma, they're one of the top brands, aren't they? You got Adidas and Nike, but Puma are up there. They're a pretty decent brand. I'm pretty happy with that. And they weren't happy with the ones that made
messed up with the.
Yeah, they messed up with
the.
Wrong,
didn't it,
they didn't get home. They didn't have home kits ready for they sold out, and they didn't get the away shirts.
No, they didn't have the home kits ready at all. The home kits weren't ready till later. But at the start of the season, the away kits were ready, so everyone was buying the away kits, weren't they? So the first game, Everyone was in the away kits.
The away kits, and they sold out of them. And for my birthday, my boys were going to buy me an away kit, and they just had to give me like a voucher, didn't they, for the shop, because they didn't get into like September time. It was quite late on. Although it was quite a nice shirt there.
Daniel's asking St Albans City or Hemel Hempstead Town in what context? We don't really know a lot about St Albans City or
Yes,
Hemel
you're going to have to make
Hempstead Town.
5-2 now to Man United. Flipping heck, there's yes.
Although I think I do know somebody who.
Here we
used to
are.
go
There
and
we
watch
are.
Hemel
Ryan
Hempstead.
Dunbar's back. There you go. Go on then.
Look up Chick Murray, long nose story. Long nose lady at a wedding nods and the nose cut the cake. The bride was in tears, so was the cake. Her nose got caught in the tram line, so took her to the depot. Oh.
What are you?
I do quite like the nose cut. The bride was in tears, so was the cake. That's a good line. I like that.
Yes.
Yeah.
But
The nose got caught in the tram line, so took her to the depot. Who do you think is better? We don't know anything about St Albans City or Hemel Hempstead Town, but I think we're going to have to go for St Albans City.
St Albans City, definitely there.
Yeah.
Top team. We know a lot. We know all about them, and of course, seeing as you are our resident St Albans City fan, then we're going to be obviously adopting you as our non-league team in that division, aren't we? We don't know anybody else, so we're now be following the fortunes of St Albans City because of Daniel Teckers. We're following Rangers because of Ryan Dunbar. We're off to the ice hockey because of Mr. Moley. We're going everywhere. We're invited everywhere. We've got
here we are.
we've got Millwall Smithy. He's not here this week, but we're off to Millwall. We've got Ipswich. We've got to do with Nick Mull.
So the Vanarama National League South was won by Wheelstone. So we know the Wheelstone Raider, don't we?
Oh, Wheelstone. I say Wheelstone. You say
Raider.
Yeah, that's it.
Who else is in there that we know? Hampton and Richmond Borough, we know. I've got a Blackpool fan friend who volunteers at Hampton and Richmond Borough, so I've been following them a little bit. They've actually done a lot better this season than they were expecting to. I think they had a pretty bad start. Maidstone United are in there. And we've also got Hemel Hempstead Town, Oxford City. Chippenham Town. Oh yeah, I know a Blackpool fan. God, that's great. Yeah, I know Blackpool fans who go and watch Hampton and Richmond Borough, Maidstone, and Chippenham Town. Concord Rangers are in there. Dulwich Hamlet, famous for non-league dogs at Dulwich Hamlet. Do you have dogs at St Albans? Do you have like famous non-league dogs that go to watch St Albans? St Albans finished 20th, so that's.
Well, here we are. You see, Mr. Molly says that Chick Murray was a big influence on Billy Connolly. So that's where Ryan's got that joke from. I actually like Billy Connolly. He was brilliant. He's really funny. I used to watch all these tours on his trike and everything. Billy Connolly is very, very funny. Yes, the guy was wearing a blue shirt. I say, blue, I mean blue.
Mr. Bowley, I used to be an electrician and changed the bulb at the very top of the Sears Tower. It was the highlight of my career. Oh, you see what you started now, Ryan.
Tangerine 1, 2, 3. I think Blackpool are going up next season. Well, let's hope so.
Yeah, we think so too.
I thought they were going up this season at one time.
You've got to think.
We were top of the league at one. I mean, one of my videos is actually early on is we are top of the league when you went to
Cough.
No,
Luton 5-0 now.
No, we were top of the league when you went to watch them play.
Coventry.
Yes, I know. Yes, we were, but we were actually in one of my videos. We were top of the league.
Oh, after the match.
Yeah, it was Gillingham. Yeah, my video says we are top of the league. We were top of the league.
Yeah, so St Albans just staying up.
Luton 5-0 down. Flipping heck.
Yeah, it's poor, isn't it?
Just staying up. Yeah, gosh. So, any news on Preston? This is everybody wants to know. Is any news on Preston? It's tight. It's still 0-0.
Yeah, still drawing there.
Oh, come on, Huddersfield. It's only Preston.
Well, they're running out of games now. There's only 5 left.
If it stays as it is,
they've got to gain 4 points.
4 points outside, yeah.
Plus goal difference.
Just do with Cardiff getting a goal.
So there's really only that last place to play for now, because
Cardiff could just
you've got Fulham in 5th on 68, and then you've got Cardiff in 6th on 62. Then you're down to 61, 59, 58. So at the bottom, it's really tight as well. Luton bottom 5-0 down. Barnsley 3-0. Yeah, Luton are in trouble really. They've got to drag themselves out and get another 5 or 6 points on top of what the other teams get around them. Middlesbrough could come down. Blimey, that's massive, isn't it? Middlesbrough in League One.
Ooh, that'd be good with Sunderland, wouldn't it?
Be a hell of a trip, that.
Ryan Dunbar's come up with, he's trying to redeem himself here. I saw a guy down the street with a pole. I said, "Are you a pole vaulter?" He said, "No, I'm a German, but how do you know my name was Volta?"
Oh, Volta. Volta Zenga. In the last game, St Albans won 1-0 against Braintree Town. It was the most insane ever. Oh, bless. Yeah, did Braintree go... Is there any relegation? There isn't any relegation, is there?
The jokes are coming in thick and fast now. Even David Scholes is joining in. I'm getting my Darth Vader shaped mold checked out. I'm concerned because it's on the dark side. Oh. I think it was coming when Armand left. Yes, we do as well. We think that... ooh.
I love that someone shouting for Preston, their message was held for review as offensive.
Oh, we're forgetting Liam White's Liam White's a Preston fan.
Oh,
Flipping
that's
out.
funny.
We're not wishing you any luck, Liam, are we? Really?
No.
But you Preston and Blackpool.
So I
aren't
wouldn't
you?
mind going to Luton next
Don't know.
season. There's a good
Don't know
pub
how
we
he
like.
does
The bricklayers in Luton we quite like. Barnsley. Yeah, I've not really had the chance to do Barnsley properly for years. Oh, Daniel's confirming no relegation. Middlesbrough, I mean, that's a hell of a trip, in it, up there. But maybe I could sort of tie that in with a trip to Whitby. Maybe.
Final joke of the day from
Possible.
Mr. Moley. Go on, I'll let Jane tell this one.
When I was a child in Australia, I lost a tooth in a bar of chocolates, but that was a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away. Oh, that's good.
That's pretty
good.
clever, actually, that. I like the way you did the Australian accent there. Yeah, she lost a tooth in a bar of chocolate. Corba.
Picked up from years of watching Neighbours and Home and Away as a child. Brian Dunbar, I think I'm just going to win the best joke of the day. Preston North End, boom tish. Yes, definitely, they are the biggest joke of the day.
Don't say that to
They are
Liam
lost,
White there, who's hoping that Preston can get a late winner at Huddersfield and get their promotion.
Yeah, Huddersfield
challenge
are fighting
back
for their
onto-
lives, actually, at the bottom of the table. So
I can't believe Huddersfield have fallen out of the
Huddersfield.
Premier League and they had a couple of seasons, didn't they? They got a fair bit of money, but
I'd like to go to Huddersfield again, actually. It's one of my favourites. A very good pub in Huddersfield called The Grove that I like.
Jane
very
tends
much.
to like Yorkshire as a place for football.
The beer is the
Water.
best in Yorkshire. The Yorkshire beer. I don't know whether it's something to do with the water there or what it is, but the Yorkshire ales are just beautiful. My favourites. And some great pubs as well. Yeah, the Grove in Huddersfield I had some lots of great beer. They had my Fierce beer, my favourite Scottish beer. My favourite beer in the whole world is Fierce beer, which is brewed in Aberdeen.
Wow.
But they had that in the Grove, but they also had Kendal mint cake liqueur, which I had to have, and it was very nice. Just tasted a Kendal mint cake.
Tangerine Aid met Billy Connolly in Slendy Bay Gozo at midnight in 2002. He was sat outside a small cafe on his own, chatted to us about his new film Last Samurai and let us take pics and autograph. Lovely bloke.
Oh.
Yeah, he is honestly. He's not so well though, is he? Or I think he hasn't been so well. I think he's kind of got through it now. I don't know. I think he was on some show a while ago, but yeah, he's a big fan of Billy Connolly. Really fun, really funny comedian.
Nick says Plymouth's going to be a long trip. Yeah. Plymouth, it never used to be too bad, actually. It was like 3 hours from where I was, in the car when I was living in the Midlands. I always used to, if you set off at like 6 or 7 in the morning, you could fly down and no problems with the M5. But obviously from here, it's another. It's
a long way.
Like everywhere is a long trip from Ipswich, isn't it? Not that you're in Ipswich, you're in London, aren't you? But yeah, Plymouth's just a long way from everywhere. Do nice pasties though.
If you like Billy Connolly films, try What We Did on Our Holiday, written by Andy Hamilton, who wrote Outnumbered, and it is both funny and sad. I'll have to check that one out. His scores on Preston, we're still hanging on. Are we still 0-0?
Daniel says at the start of the season, St Albans lost 4-0 against Maidstone, then in January, St Albans nicked it 1-0. So you've been getting better as the season progressed then, Daniel? Is that what's happened there? It's a good level of football. I mean, I was watching Chasetown for a couple of years, which is step 4, a couple of levels below that, and it's still a good level. You know, you get a lot of ex-pros, people who've been released by the top clubs playing down there at that level. It surprised me actually how good the football was at that level. And it's more affordable, isn't it, as well, to watch it? How much does it cost you to get in at St Albans? Nick says Rod Stewart was born in Highgate, London, so he is English.
Oh, that's
I didn't
bad,
know
isn't it?
that.
Brentford are beating Wigan 2-0. So not only are they in financial trouble, but the football's gone off as well.
Billy
Still 0-0.
Connolly, comedy genius, as was Ricky Fulton, and I was walking down where that West Rock Cafe is in Blackpool a few years back and bumped into the legend that was Frank Carson. Yeah, it's back open again, the West Coast Rock Cafe. My friends have been in there drinking this morning.
Oh, Frank Carson, yeah. Rod Stewart was born in Highgate.
But he has
London.
Parkinson's disease. It's now affecting his performances.
It's a shame, that, isn't it? Yeah. It is a shame. George Ellacobi plays for Maidstone. I can remember that name, George Ellacobi. I remember him. Ryan says to Mr. Moley, I see that film and raise you down among the big boys. Is that also a Billy Connolly film?
Oh, I'll tell you what I've been watching this week that I've finished watching. The First Team, the football sitcom on BBC iPlayer. If you haven't watched it, I recommend it. It's very, very interesting. It's not like laugh out loud funny, but it is funny, and it's got some interesting characters and some really interesting concepts in it, like football players having owners and things. It's very good. They've got some sort of like kind of stereotypical footballer characters in it, but it's worth a watch, definitely. I think there's 6 episodes. It's on BBC iPlayer. All the episodes are on there now.
It's a little bit like football could be a bit like that, is it?
Definitely. Having worked in football and
probably
known footballers, yeah,
how they are.
Definitely, yeah. It's really good. It's not got anyone particularly famous in it, I don't think. I did recognise one of the guys in it, but
Oh, he's ex-Wolves. He's ex-Wolves, George Ellacobi. Yeah, I have heard of him. Yeah, I definitely have heard of him. Yeah, so he's playing for Maidstone. Yeah, yeah. Mr. Molly's not seen that film. We haven't either. So yeah, we haven't seen that film. So we've got Leeds. It's looking now like Leeds are going to get promoted in it. They don't seem to be blowing it like they normally do. Beating Blackburn 3-1.
It's Preston blowing it that we're prioritising, isn't it? And Leeds can do what they like, really.
Yeah.
Connor, I went to a bar and there were steaks on the ceiling. The bartender said, jump and touch one and guess all your drinks free. But if you miss, you give me £100. Want to try? No, I said the steaks are too high.
Whoa.
Oh, Connor.
Trumping Mr. Moley there, I think, with that one.
How are we getting on in Albania? Connor, any good scores coming in now? We're down to the business end of the afternoon.
Talking of ex-Wolves defenders named George. Who remembers George Berry? His crazy afro. Do you remember him? George Berry?
I remember Don Goodman and his crazy afro.
Yeah, I don't remember George Berry. Graham Berry's the only Berry I can remember from
There's
Blackpool.
a stone statue in Walsall with like a face with a big circle around it. They always used to joke that was the Don Goodman statue. There's some good statues in Blackpool, actually. There's a hippo. I don't really know the relevance of the hippo, but there's a famous...
In where?
In Walsall.
Oh.
Hippo statue. Billy Connolly always used to say that if you went to watch his films, you had to be quick because he usually died in the first 15 minutes.
Yeah, I think he played a gangster sort of in one, didn't you? I remember rightly, yeah.
Ian Allinson, ex-Arsenal midfielder, is the St Albans City manager. Wow. You live and learn, don't you? The only other jokes I know are kind of close to the bone. Yeah, well, it's all right. We're all grown ups here. Well, we are anyway, so we don't mind. Some of my anagrams are close to the bone, aren't they? In the quiz on Tuesdays.
Yeah, no, you can tell rude jokes. We don't mind on here. We're not saying it's not made for kids. So you are allowed to.
And anything you want to wade in with, by the way, we're going to have to be prompt 16:45 finish today.
Yeah, it's unfortunately we probably won't get to find out the press result because we are dashing to go and see The Greatest Showman in a outdoor movie night.
We've got 3 Piers and Graham Berry. Well,
yeah, Graham Berry was
he was a legend.
He was a legend. He really was.
We've done well to retain those 3 Piers as well, haven't we?
Yeah, we have. Not get one.
We're not looking too healthy. We sat underneath one, didn't we, a few weeks ago?
Yeah, but they're gonna get covered in barnacles and all that sort of stuff because it's where
Barnacle's a barnacle.
It's like a thing that sticks to Pierce. Yeah.
It's not the dictionary definition.
That's all I know. Barnacles. Yeah. Yeah, it's like a sucky thing that sticks onto.
I'm gonna look it up.
Go on. It's probably not called a barnacle. I
Okay.
probably got that wrong.
Barnacle.
Barnacles.
It's a type of arthropod. Oh, we know about arthropods, don't we? We never talk about arthropods. Beginning to drool.
That's what they look like, isn't it? Stuck on the film, horrible little things.
Barnacle is a type of arthropod constituting the infraclass Cirripedia in the subphylum Crustacea and is hence related to crabs and lobsters. It doesn't look very nice.
You can't eat them, can you? You're not keeping us at all. You're not keeping us. No, we just have to kind of get going pretty quick because it's a 7 o'clock start for the movie, and we've got to get over Shah Bridge and on the way to Lancaster to this big farm. So we don't exactly know where we're going. So obviously we're going to be scooting off. But
suspension feeders.
Are they?
Yeah, they feed by straining suspended matter and food particles from water.
Oh.
Carry on. I'll...
Mr. Moley has an under the pier story, but perhaps not whilst Connor is around. Well, yeah, yeah. Daniel Secker says hopefully St Albans can get the playoffs. That's normally around when they get but I think we'll get 9th this season. Huh? Oh well. You never know. Every season is a new start full of hope, isn't it? We all hope we're going to get promoted. Doesn't always work out that way. But, we go every year for that hope, don't we? Ryan Dunbar, guys, goes to the doctor with his saxophone-shaped manhood and said, can you help me? And the wife, she has the same problem. Doctor asked, who's your wife? He said, Monica.
Oh. Yeah, that's pretty good. Pretty good, we like that.
Connor's stopping his dad right there. He doesn't want to know about the under
Back
the pier.
Back to barnacles, to get you out of that hole, Mr. Moley. Barnacles are eaten mainly in Spain and Portugal, but also end up on the plate in other European countries and are increasingly eaten in North America.
Oh.
So there you go, you can eat barnacles. I have Googled, do barnacles eat piers, but it hasn't come up with anything.
I don't think they eat piers.
Oh, right.
They just attach themselves to the...
Oh, right, okay.
They attach themselves to ships, don't they? So pirates of barnacles, and they... Preston still 0-0. Let's have a look. Where are we? Derby Forest finished 1-1 in the Championship today. Blackburn are losing at the moment 3-1 to Leeds at home. Brentford are beating Wigan 3-0 now. So Wigan, obviously this news has affected them, hasn't it? Yeah. Bristol City 0, Cardiff 0. Those are all games around Preston there. Fulham 0, Birmingham 0, Huddersfield 0, Preston 0, Luton 0, Reading 5, and Stoke are beating Barnsley 3-0. So Barnsley are looking even more in trouble, aren't they? Man United are winning 5-2, and Leicester are beating Crystal Palace 1-0.
Ednam says, I had the privilege to meet Norman Wisdom the year before he passed away. Myself and had been on holiday in Isle of Man. We met him in Douglas. He was a true legend in his time. Oh, yeah, I've been to Douglas, watching Blackpool in the pre-season.
Oh yeah, my auntie, my godmother used to be the manager of the Castle Mona Hotel, which is on Douglas seafront.
Oh, I might have stayed in the Castle Mona. That rings a bell.
Yeah, she was a manager there, and me and my best mate went over when I was 19, and we were the only 2 young guys in the whole hotel. So all the chambermaids kept making the beds where you couldn't get in. And when you got in at night, they were like folded, so they were like you couldn't get in. They just messed around with us. So everybody else was really old, but they had a bit of fun with us on that holiday. Yeah, they were teasing us and everything. It was great.
Daniel asks, where do you see Wealdstone finishing in the National League? Well, who knows? We're not too up on that level of football.
Daniel, your techers may be really good for the National League, but our techers are not good for the National League.
Kind of educate us, because we want to know. That's what Ryan does with Scottish football. He tells us all about it.
Tell us all about it.
So yeah, tell
us.
We're
eager to learn. So where do you think Wealdstone Rangers will finish? And is he still alive, the Wealdstone Raider?
Yeah.
Is he still going? It was pretty. I don't know if he was old. I couldn't make out if he was old, or he just looked old. He was like a funny little guy, wasn't he? Little Douglas, hey up, little Douglas.
Chuck.
What's the difference between crabs and lobsters? Crabs walk sideways. Told you had lobsters.
Oh.
David. David.
Napper's mum, great afternoon. Enjoy your night at the movies. Truly deserved. Ben's just left to go to the pub to drink his first full pint since he turned 18. Oh, wow.
Oh, so
Yeah,
he's
well, he's earned
just
it, hasn't he?
turned 18. You know, he's so young looking as well, isn't he? You know, a lot of people thought he was younger than that, but yeah, he's just turned 18. So, he can go and drown his sorrows, anyway.
Yeah, I think he'll be having more than one.
It's
pint
not over
now.
yet, though. Tell him it's not over yet. It's not over till the fat lady sings.
Daniel, I saw him when he went to the Wheelstone game, the Wheelstone Raider. Yeah.
Edmund
He's still
Mansfield.
around then.
Oh yeah, he was really massive at one time.
Yeah.
In fact, he's actually in one of our quizzes. I can't remember which week it was, but he actually comes up in.
Mr. Moley, I went to see the doctor earlier with a painful foot. He said gout. I said, but I've only just come in. Oh, Tangerine Aid met Norman too. When I was a young lad, he was playing in a charity cricket match on the athletic pitch at Stanley Park. Got his autograph in the changing rooms after the match. I'd be about 10. Wow. Well, I got a lift up to Ayr with Mick Miller. Mick Miller's chauffeur the one time. He was-
Miller.
yeah, my friend's dad was entertainment's executive at Butlins, and I think Mick Miller was doing something down here, and he's going up to Butlins in Ayr, so he was being driven up, and I was going up there. I can't remember whether that was to go and see Blackpool play, actually, in Ayr. Maybe that was round about that time. Yeah, I got a lift up with Mick Miller's chauffeur, Mick Miller. So that's mine.
We've got
my
Nick
comedy.
Miller
Have
and
you- have
Nick
you-
Miller.
Have you got a comedian claim to fame?
Who are you talking about here?
Comedians, yeah.
No, which Miller?
Mick Miller.
Mick Miller, yeah. Well, I actually, funnily enough, I was DJing at a charity do, and I was DJing. Mick Miller was the comedian at the time. Yeah, so yeah. So I've seen Roy Chubby Brown a few times. Quite liked him. I'd like to go to more comedy. I mean, it's got really big now, hasn't it? You know, like the massive stadiums and that. You know, Peter Kay does the
Yeah,
MEN and
too.
that, and some of these comedians are like almost like rock stars
I
now.
quite like
They're
going
that-
to
they're that
comedy
big.
clubs, and I mean,
never
some of them
been.
are terrible. They really are. They just sort of die on their feet. But some of them are really good. And sometimes you can get like famous comedians showing up just to try out new material. There's a comedy club in Blackpool. I have to go to that one.
Is there?
Yeah, down.
They were
opposite the tower.
Oh, is there? Because they were opening a comedy club, or there was where the just as you go over Lytham Road Bridge, there was an old cinema there, an old bingo. Well, it was a cinema there, it was a bingo hall. But that was all going to be a comedy club down South Shore, and I don't know, they ran out of money or something.
No,
something
it's
went
an
wrong.
old.
It was a Palladium or something.
It was. It's opposite like KFC and the tower on that
Oh,
road
is it?
there, whatever it's called.
Oh,
Yeah, the comedy club there.
I wouldn't mind going.
Yeah,
I wouldn't mind going to a
Let's do
comedy
it
club.
when live entertainment
2-0 to
starts again.
Leicester over Crystal Palace. Jimmy Bullard, yeah. It's a golf thing. Do we have Instagram? Yes, we
Oh,
do.
It's
It's in the
yeah.
thing there. If you see this little thing, it keeps clicking over. It'll tell you what our Instagram. It's it'll come up if you just keep looking at that thing there.
I
Keeps ticking
saw
over.
Andy Watson, superstar, in Darlaston Library in Walsall a couple of times.
Ooh.
So that's nice to see footballers using libraries. Daniel saw Jimmy Bullard at Top Golf.
Yeah.
And saw Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain in Carphone Warehouse.
Wow.
Liam asked, we've covered that, haven't we? We do have Instagram. Comedians only really Kevin Bridges worth watching.
That's
Lee
the
Evans
Twitter.
Too sweaty. Others too alike.
That Twitter there at Lee Charles TV. It's also Instagram is at Lee Charles TV. You will see when they come up. Jane, a fanzine is at Progress 1887. That one there. You can make a note. You can follow her on Twitter. Her sort of a fanzine there.
Napper's mum says, keep your eye on the time.
See,
Mum's
look,
the word.
Follow us on Instagram. It's all there. We got all the technology there.
Yeah,
it
2
is.
minutes. 2 minutes to go. One of the Barcelona squad has been struck down with diarrhea. It could be messy. Oh,
At Lee
Mr.
Charles TV on
Bowley.
Instagram. There we are.
They had a comedy club at Bloomfield Road for a while. Yes, they
Yes,
did. I went along there.
The
yeah.
Oystons were the main.
No, they did. They had a comedy club.
Oh, did they?
Yeah, and the.
I thought you were just talking about the Oystons.
No. Yeah, I did go once or twice.
Yeah,
so,
Jane is at Progress 1887 on Instagram. It's all there. So, yeah, follow us and we'll follow you back.
All right, we have 1 minute to go. So, any last requests?
Yes, 1 minute. We're going to have to go, folks, because we've got the greatest
we've
show.
got to pack the sweets. I haven't packed the sweets yet.
Pack the car, get the sat nav going.
Actually, it's
Unfortunately,
exciting, actually
Preston is
going
still
somewhere in the
0-0.
car.
Well, we can't wait till the press scores. It's only 77 minutes gone as well, so
Oh,
that's.
they're kicking off at some weird time. Some clubs. Why are there only 77 minutes gone?
I don't know. I don't know.
Right. So yeah, we better start saying goodbye, guys, because it's we've got to go.
We got to go. It's been great seeing you all again, and just keep safe. And Blackpool, hopefully, we've got everybody coming to Blackpool this weekend, so we're hoping the coronavirus and everything doesn't, the numbers don't go up. Thanks a lot. Thanks, Mr. Moley. Thanks for all your jokes. We do appreciate the jokes.
Yes.
We do appreciate some jokes. We'll have to get some jokes ourselves. Tangerine Ale, enjoy the film. Thank you very much.
I've got a good joke about a cat.
Go on. James.
No, I know I can't remember it. I can prepare it for next week.
Okay.
Right, bye guys.
Liam White, thanks a lot for following. And
quiz Tuesday
we
night,
need to
8
see
o'clock.
all these 900 shirts, Liam, that you got, these football shirts.
See you Tuesday night, 8 o'clock for the quiz.
See you, everyone. Thank you very much.
Bye.
Yeah, see you on Tuesday for the quiz. And sorry we got to go, but it's always sad to
Support
go.
your local pubs.
But we've enjoyed. It's been a good, fun afternoon. And Ben, if you're watching this, it's not over. It's only half time. You could come back and win 4-0 away. So there's still a chance. See you all, everyone. Bye.
Bye.